Oh, what's that? Should
Oh,
have just
well,
been straight up.
welcome to us talking about how cool the screen you guys just saw for 5 minutes was. My name's Msushi. I'm joined by
Oh, we're live.
yeah, we are live.
Can't even.
All right,
I'll invite you.
yeah, we're gonna be doing Portal 2 co-op.
In 2820. No, 2812.
So I guess we're gonna start the countdown, and then the first map is a little bit of a doozy, so we'll do some explaining there.
Are we just gonna let the full cutscene play out? It gives us time to talk.
Yeah, why not? We'll let this play out. So this is Portal 2 co-op. It's Portal 2, of course, the successor to Portal 1, the orange box hit that came out of nowhere. The main concept of this game is that we're gonna fire a lot of shots, but it's not to kill people. It's to solve puzzles. A little bit more lame. We'll try to make it interesting. Don't worry. But essentially, we're gonna
puzzles, big air quotation.
yeah, we're gonna be quote unquote solving puzzles, as CantEven said. We're gonna be abusing a lot of glitches. The main one you're gonna see is bunny hopping. If you don't know what bunny hopping is, then you've been living under a rock, buddy. You know, we're gonna be going left and right, down Ivy, out middle, through connector, like a speed demon. Pretty cool. The time should start in about 5 seconds once we fade out of this cutscene. 10, yeah. I'll try to do an impromptu countdown.
Yeah, you can do the countdown.
3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Cool. So, just for the record, it might be weird. This is a co-op run. Although we do only have one stream live. That is because CantEven over here, his internet is a little questionable, so it will impact our performance.
Well, it won't, because I'm not streaming. It would.
It would. Alright, so the first thing is we're gonna have some very intense RNG manipulation. We have to ping these panels. He pings his favorite animal. I'm gonna ping my favorite element. I'm gonna ping the element Xenernicus. Very good element.
We didn't actually, like, there was legitimately no attempt made to ask him to commentate. Like, I know he probably wouldn't.
Alright, so you're gonna see the first example of bunny hopping here. There's a puzzle, quote-unquote puzzle back there where you use your ping. It's the introduction to the ping tool, which I can use all I want here.
Yeah, you're not supposed to jump over that.
Yeah, we're a little bit speedy. And most of the puzzle for the calibration is pretty straightforward, so we're gonna be bunny hopping right through it and just trying to do it really fast. Here I'm gonna boost CantEven with the door.
Just an introduction to game mechanics.
Did you know humans frown on weight variances?
So most of what we're doing is actually just intentional.
Just say their weight variance
well,
is above or below.
Like half of what we're doing.
Here's another cool hop that I just messed up. There we go.
Finally.
Skips a smaller puzzle. You're also gonna be
like
noticed
super not supposed to jump over that.
the use of the air taunt. Originally, you're not able to air taunt just by a jump. However, there's a console command called taunt. Very intuitive. What that lets you do is it lets you do the air taunt, which is the shortest taunt in the game. And why that's useful is because this game is very quirky and funny, so that it likes to teach you all these random taunts that the bots can do, like high-fiving, laughing, dancing, like taking off, disassembling each other, stupid stuff like that. But those are all very long animations. So what we can do is use the air taunt.
For your testing convenience.
This is awkward.
Just overrides them.
I'll fix it. Yeah, and it overrides the other animation.
Sushi.
We're
it
fine.
was set to course 6.
Yeah.
Map 6.
Trust me, I swear I locked them before. That's a nice example of messing up, where you're supposed to reset your progress beforehand. But I didn't. Should be fine now though. But.
Hello again.
And we're off into team building. This is gonna be the first course out of 5 of Portal to go up, and that's the first chamber. Goodbye already.
Yeah. Co-op is like half as fast as the single player. Single player campaign is like an hour long. Co-op is less than half an hour.
You're
and
gonna
it's also
notice
a lot more broken.
Yeah, back there we did something called a button glitch. This works because of ping. Essentially, the way the game is coded, the network stuff is coded. Orange will connect to blue server, blue hosts the server, and because of this, orange has ping to the server. And through this lag, if we jump on a button for essentially, I guess the most speedrunner friendly way to call it is 1 frame, or for a very small amount of time, and immediately jump off, we're able to trick the game into thinking we're still on the button, even though we're not, so.
And somebody in the chat actually just asked if the partner view is only on because I'm not streaming. It's always on, just because it's more convenient to see.
Yep. Most runners do always just have it on, just because it's nice to see.
So sorry if you got a little bit of lag weird there, I alt-tabbed.
Yeah, that was a very long load.
These tests are potentially
Alright, here's a new game mechanic, it's called lasers. We're gonna make a fool out of them. Just completing that
That
one.
was actually basically completely intended.
In this map, in this part of the map, you're gonna see that lasers can actually destroy turrets.
What are you doing?
You monsters. They're one of us. And then she went on to say something, but we're just so fast we interrupt her, so.
However, I can tell you that at least one of you is doing very, very well.
What we do is we bind W to just have the remote view on. And we don't have to hold W because of how binding commands works in the game. I don't actually have time to get into it, but if you bind it as the second command, then it always stays on.
Right, next level is called
we're
Rat
gonna get
Maze. At the start, it's gonna teach us how to play rock, paper, scissors, but again, it's slow, so we actually don't have time to taunt, so we're just gonna fail it. Here, I'm gonna send Mackenzie, or CantEven, on a game of Fetch. He's gonna go get that cube for me there as you see him flounder around this maze. I'm gonna hit some buttons.
I just missed the shot. Like, you probably got it, I just missed it.
You're gonna notice there too that that thing just stays open because of map design. And we're gonna see if Mackenzie can get a very important trick here.
You just lost 2 opportunity advisement.
It's not able to throw the cube into that emancipation grid. You also notice that that's an emancipation grid. They emancipate your physics objects of any sort and your portals once you go through them. And you're gonna notice that Mackenzie actually, I should refer to you as CantEven. I apologize.
I don't care.
CantEven is able to bring a cube through it by doing a glitch that we'll talk more about later. This map is Laser Crusher.
That's the easiest glitch in the game, by the way.
Yeah.
Bringing cubes through Fizzler intro.
There's a puzzle there, but we kind of know how to bunny hop, so we're gonna go right through it. It's not too bad.
Oh yeah, you like use the cube to do the laser.
Yeah, there's like a late. Don't ask me. You know.
I actually forgot about, like, I genuinely didn't.
Next, this is going to be the last map of Course 1. It's called Behind the Scenes. I mean, Industrial Fan. It's Behind the Scenes. You're going to find at the end of every course, the last map is going to have us get a disc. We're going to put into those players. But Mackenzie's going to make a mockery out of that.
In the bottom right, what I just did, a lot of the stations where there's 2 levers that both players are supposed to push, one player can actually just push both of them if they're fast enough. Every single one.
Also, special shout out to this catwalk in the game. The best catwalk in the game. I think this catwalk deserves a Frankersy. I mean, look at this. Oh my god.
If anyone's curious if we're on world record pace, we are approximately plus 17, and I don't think this run is technically valid because the courses.
Now we're gonna taunt there, as you see.
Stop it. What if you froze like that?
She has set dialogue.
Basically
She has set dialogue because she thinks that we just did a different taunt, but we just air taunt. It's a lot faster. And next we're gonna go into flings. This is gonna show one of the more essential glitches in the run called the reportal. Essentially, to stop another glitch called portal standing, where you can stand on the seam in between portals, Valve added a push feature so that if you're inside a portal and you shoot a portal, you get pushed. However, we can use that slight push to go zoom, just like that.
And they actually didn't fix portal standing either.
Yeah, it's still possible.
You did an excellent job.
Valve's
just like slightly harder.
You should be very.
They
Oh wait.
Here's a good time.
Reforming was actually in the first game, but it wasn't very
You
strong.
have no idea how
Here's a good time to talk about something else, which is that fades are a thing. So at the end of every chamber, most chambers, the level won't actually progress until GLaDOS finishes her dialogue, and because of that, we can fool around. You'll also notice that CantEven will enter the elevator at what seems to be an arbitrary time. This is to minimize our downtime while we wait for the dialogue to fade out.
To answer Kluger's question, Sushi just locked all maps, like in lobby 1, after he realized.
Yeah, it was a small mistake.
Oh,
We're
sorry.
past it though.
I was just thinking of all the ways humans
Here's
can die.
a nice
You can't die
intended
any
mechanic
these
of portals
ways.
where you can
You
just build up a
keep
lot of
it
speed
well
with a
done.
small area
Interesting note.
by just looping over and
I only
over.
created this test to watch test subjects fail, and you didn't.
Yeah, what's in there?
You
So.
must be very, very proud.
But that map
I'll
was
do the
actually
world's
done
smallest
completely
trophy
intended.
for you.
There's another route
Yeah.
if you want to go really fast, where you like go into a portal and then put one on the slanted. And because this game was programmed superbly, you just yeet out of the portal and go to the final platform.
Here's a cool map. It's called Team Retrieval, and you can just call it Retrieval because it's not too much of a team effort. I'm gonna button glitch this button. That's
Oh,
first
nice.
try. That's really nice. And then you can barely hit this button with an accurate use press. And I'm going to retrieve this one as a team, pass it off to my buddy, and die. We die there because the ending dialogue is actually faster when you die. As you see, she's talking about how no one dies on this test. It's a lot
Yeah, I
faster
missed
than the
it,
normal dialogue.
I think I missed the dialogue skip though.
Yeah, it's cool.
World record is 28:15 by CantEven and Msushi.
Remember when I told you that you were the only subjects to pass
Alright, this
the
chamber is pretty
calibration
straightforward. It's called
test?
vertical flings,
There are
because
5,000 other
CantEven here is going to be
subject
flinging
teams
vertically. There's
in
one,
direct
and there's
competition with
two.
you.
He's killing it, guys.
Begin juggling test in 3, 2.
You're also going to notice just a small thing. He holds the sphere on the receiver, and then once I go through, the game doesn't want to close the door behind me, even if he lets go of the receiver. So the door will just stay
close
open.
the door on you,
It can close it on you, yes.
just not behind you.
Our next map is going to be catapults. I'm going to try to go for a swag strat once. We'll see how it
Really?
goes.
I
Yeah.
was confident you could finish. Do you know where I was?
It's a very hard
I was
strat,
outside
so
watching
It's
some of
not
your
like
frolic.
that hard.
You don't
Whoops.
even care about the outside.
I actually got it.
Nice.
That's a small little skip. There's a you can go back and clip that and watch it in slow motion. There's a very precise timing where you can barely see that, that diagonal panel there.
Do you know who dances
And there,
around
you
like
can see
a
GLaDOS talks
monster
about dancing.
with the tiniest
Even though we didn't dance at all, CantEven did an air taunt, and I grabbed a cube. You can't dance when you're holding a cube, I mean. That's very logical. And speaking
Yeah,
of
and
grabbing cubes,
you
you're gonna
actually-
see here.
Is your confidence still
Yeah, bottom right of your
not
screen,
enough?
Mackenzie is actually gonna grab a cube through a dropper.
Even I was created with an
Since the
imperfection.
cubes are at the
I was
bottom,
given too much empathy with human
the game
suffering.
actually doesn't really take
I
account the
overcame
wall.
my
It just kind of thinks you're close enough, so it lets you
True
grab it.
story.
Here we're gonna show how you can misuse momentum. I'm gonna smack into CantEven here, and I can strafe into that, and it gives me enough speed to grab the cube. It's a pretty cool
Congratulations
strat.
on completing that last test.
Yeah, about what
Find
happened in the
something
beginning
troubling without the looming consequence of death.
with the
Is
cube
this
grabbing
even
it through the fizzler,
science?
that would totally not be possible in single player. The co-op physics with cubes and pretty much just cubes and other objects is incredibly different to single player and incredibly broken.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect from this kind of game, but it actually is quite different, the mechanics in single player to co-op in terms of the movement and everything else.
Do you need real encouragement?
The movement is really not that different. It's mostly the object physics.
Here's a debug button they left in the game. If you spam E on one of those dots up there, it actually just opens the door. They never took it out, so we can use it. It's faster.
Yeah. There's another one in the beginning room, but they don't work.
Yeah.
But the
And-
game is just so incredibly well polished that they left debug buttons in.
Yeah, there you go. Next
But
map.
why was the debug button up there?
Good question.
To complete this test,
We're gonna be doing Industrial Fan. This map I'm going to grab a cube through a dropper. Oh, this is kind of cycle based, but it's very odd. I'm only mashing E, you can grab it right through it.
just to see how much
And
time
CantEven is gonna play
thinking
fetch.
about these
You only
worthless
need,
documents.
most levels, again, you need 2 people at the end to go through. However, these ending levels, they're triggered just by when, the disc goes in, so Mackenzie can do it all by himself. I'm actually gonna go to full screen here on his point of view. You can see him do the dirty work. And there's that.
And you'll notice if you were watching my screen when I pushed the 2 levers, normally you need 2 people there, and you need to do a puzzle in order to get both people through.
There's no reason whatsoever for you to look at them. Done.
But wow, really?
I guess.
I totally could have gone through.
suppose.
But yeah, he's able, there's a checkpoint where there are 2 levers, and they're a decent distance amount from each other. And it's intended that both players hit them at the same time. However, if you're just really slick with your movement, one player is able to hit 2. So.
And that's the case on every single set of levers in the game.
Alright, now I'm gonna go for a bunny hop here.
I don't like it. I want you
And
to
nail it.
Maybe I shouldn't send you outside of the
Right
It's
into
not
course
like that
3.
hard.
No, but
You're picking
it's
up some
risky.
bad human traits. And trust me,
It is risky.
humans only have one good
Now we're
trait.
gonna start course 3. The new testing element in course 3 is the hard light bridges. Essentially, they go through portals and they let us stand wherever we can put them. So we're gonna start off with
course was
hopefully some
created and
fast bunny
abandoned by
hopping with
humans.
assistance of a
I
reportal,
tend to do that.
just like that, all the way down here. We're gonna make a jump.
And abandon it.
Oh,
That's why they abandoned this
Okay, what do I do
that's
now?
unfortunate.
I just-
I'll come
you
over.
can do everything,
Don't worry.
right? Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna notice there, I try to shoot that really late because if the bridge cuts you in half, the game just puts you on top of it no matter what. So, I went a little bit too late there. It happens. And we're just gonna make a mockery of this chamber. I've been using that expression a little bit too much this run,
Have
but
you
it's
worked
okay.
out the one
It's the
good
truth,
trait
really.
Humans have yet. Let me give you a clue. It's the one thing you can't do.
And that's the first chamber of Course 3. Hard Light Surfaces, I believe it's called.
Just bridges.
Yeah, bridges. Chamber 2 of this course is gonna go by really fast, as we're just gonna show. We can sneak a nice portal near the end of the
I
map.
thought going back to these old tests would satisfy me.
Nice, I got
Just
Try
like
as
that.
you might to fail this next test, I still won't be satisfied.
And yeah, that's the ending door right there. You can see
We
what
haven't really practiced that route a ton.
what CantEven did was you're intended to shoot a portal there on the bridge, but if you shoot it there, you can actually get more height. So,
Not let it
and we can use that to sneak a portal on the top.
Normally you wouldn't be able to shoot there. Normally you have to go like all around the center of the map. But because you can get, I can get Sushi higher than intended, you just shoot to the end. There's also a gold split.
Oh wow, nice.
One of my best tests, and they let plants grow here.
Fling block goes by pretty fast when you don't die in the water.
Tried. They just
What a
sit
gamer.
there,
What a
never
video
showing
gamer. Make sure
pain
to
nor
follow
fear.
all the runners who enjoy this
That isn't
marathon.
science.
Especially me though. You're gonna see CantEven here is gonna do a cool trick where he's gonna angle this bridge, 2 million IQ, puts us right to the end. That's not the intended solution, by the way,
You would
but
want a reward for completing this test.
it's actually fairly
A
simple.
Reward for testing.
What is
At
the
least
intended
the
solution?
plants didn't want a reward.
You're supposed to use you're supposed to drop straight in the middle and then catch yourself below.
Oh, okay.
And speaking of blocks, like Fling Block, which was the last map, we're going into
I created
Catapult
this
Block
test
right
to
now.
let the humans feel good about themselves.
Valve is questionable at
It's
naming
extremely
chambers.
easy. Just follow
Especially the
arrows.
co-op chambers.
Even GLaDOS said
Like the
right
single
here,
player.
this chamber is extremely easy, so nothing to
I'm
really
sorry.
worry about.
The arrows seem
Whoa.
to have rusted off.
What?
Good luck.
Whoa!
Did your
Your
I
failing
apologize.
gives me no
I
new
think your
data.
internet took an L.
Just
Yeah,
delays
we're
the
back.
inevitable.
That was great.
Congratulations.
Because I just saw you freeze for like a second, and I was
Yes,
worried that my internet went out.
I dropped 4 seconds worth of frames. I apologize. But what we shouldn't apologize for and what we should thank is the wonderful restreamers and organizers of this marathon. Stupid segue, but it's true. These people are doing a great job to make this marathon what it is. And giving you guys this hot entertainment, this like, what is it, like almost a week of straight awesome shooter action. It's really a great marathon, so. Alright, here's the one instance of out of bounds. We're not going to talk about that, it just kind of happens. Basically, we can portal bump out of bounds, and once we're out of bounds, if we jump, the game of course wants to keep us in bounds, it doesn't want us to out of bounds, so it'll just sneak us back in. And it saves about a second over the other strat. And kind of glimpse over that hard strat we did in here. You're able to sneak a portal onto that panel, which is helpful in solving the test chamber.
I understand. That would be like
Is Msushi old enough to be on Twitch?
Still.
Well, yeah, you have to be 13 to have a Twitch account.
Oh, well then no.
Alright, and probably one of the harder runs, or harder, I wouldn't say the harder chambers, but the more punishing chambers in the run, we have,
Oh yeah, these next two.
Which hopefully I can get some really nice movement. Kind of.
Like, the chambers are sort of difficult, but they're also pretty punishing if you die. And it's pretty easy to die.
Yes.
Normally, if you mess up, it'd be like 3 or 5 seconds, but if you mess up here, you're like guaranteed to die.
You can also see, as a casual player, you're made to believe that like basically any shots of the turret will instantly kill you, but you can see I take a lot of turret hits, and we'll do that a lot in the run.
And your health actually regenerates once you're like gone 2 seconds without being hit by a turret.
If you are wondering,
here's that other map. Usually you're supposed to use that bridge, but we can actually bunny hop fast enough that it doesn't even matter. Here we are going to use that wall bridge because there are 2 turrets now, and 2 shoot faster than 1. Quick maths on that one. You see, there are 2 turrets aimed at us.
I am sure
CantEven's going to take a lot of it. I'm going to wait to have my health regenerate, and then we'll sneak right into the end.
Congratulations on completing the broken, easy tests.
This is solo co-op. Well, it was gonna be.
Alright, well, speaking of solo co-op, this next map is probably the closest to a solo route in the game with bridge testing. This is again the last map of the course, so the goal is to get a disc and put it in a disk drive. So Mackenzie's gonna do that. I need to call you CantEven. This is a little bit of a struggle.
But why don't you put it back?
We're gonna start off with some nice teamwork. He's gonna pass me the ball. We're just like some schoolboys playing soccer. But I'm gonna slip a portal through this fizzler actually, and I'm gonna put Mackenzie up on that platform. And from there he's able to grab the ball from the cycle, and he's able to get it right there. You're supposed to do some complicated stuff with a bridge here and all that jazz, but that's not relevant. What's relevant is CantEven here, as he's gonna make this sick B-hop across that gap. That is beautiful.
Oh.
And makes the throw into the disk drive. Very well done.
In just a moment, the word
That throw saves like
will be
very little time
over and over again.
for anybody
If at some
counting.
point you hear a number rather than the
Also
word
for anybody
ball,
counting, we're plus
ignore it.
36.
It is not important.
So not that bad.
Alright chat, what's the security code?
533 41 18.
533-41-18. That's important. We need that for the run, if you guys could write that one down. It's not important, by the way. Okay, course 4. This is going to show us definitely the most broken mechanic of this video
Oh
game.
yeah, this one. This
I
one's
never
fun.
expected you to make it this
You
far.
might have heard of these things called excursion
To be
funnels.
honest,
They're pretty cool.
after
They're
your
a pretty cool
performance
element in
in the
testing.
calibration test,
Basically, once you enter
I
them,
was ready to
they
break down
put
your
you in 0
poles
gravity,
and put them back
and they
in
put
the
you along a
scientific
path, whatever path they're
calculators
set
I took
to.
them
Of course,
from.
they go through
But you-
portals as well. However, going 0 gravity is actually a big exploit in the sense that we can keep 0 gravity when we're not in the funnels. And let's show an example first before we
Since I
explain.
never expected
how
you to
it
make
works.
it this far, I have to build this new
Don't
course
do that.
just for you. I have noticed that you
So funny story.
What a gamer.
You're gonna see in the bottom right, CantEven has successfully done it. Okay, I'll take the easier way out. But basically, this was a glitch found on day 1 of the game's released. It has never been patched.
Day 1?
Day 1.
In the interest of science, I am now talking to you
Basically,
privately.
if you have 0 speed in a funnel,
between you
and you crouch,
you're
and you
doing
leave the
very
funnel,
well.
the game never sets the flag that you have left the funnel, so it still believes you have 0 gravity. So yeah, we're gonna be exploiting that for the entirety of this course.
It's not no clip.
It is
There
not
is,
no clip.
There's some no clip in the single player run.
Yeah,
at the
chapters 8
beginning
and
of
9.
Chapter 9.
It would be pointless for either of us to hurt
But,
his feelings, but it's clear to everyone.
No, in the single player run, Chapter 9.
Funnel
Go through
drill
the
is
wall.
a pretty simple chamber, but me and CantEven have a routine where we play rock, paper, scissors at the end of the map, so I want you to guess right now who's gonna win. If you guessed Msushi,
Oh my
you were
God.
correct. Get destroyed, kid. Oh my god.
As they will become important later in the experiment, not the
Here, GLaDOS lists off a bunch of fruits.
avocado.
And
And
nothing
she's
else?
actually saying nothing for me. I know you're only seeing Sushi's point of view, but from my point of view, it's just dead silence for like 8 minutes. 8 seconds. Not 8 minutes.
Oh, actually, the next map is called Funnel Catch, which has the most confusing glitch in the run.
Does anybody actually know how it works?
We don't know how this works, but we're gonna describe how it works. If the funnel is going vertically, like this one here, it goes to the ceiling. Oh, that's not a good portal.
You missed.
Yeah.
And now I should probably
Yeah,
get
come
back
back
up
all the way up.
because it won't work.
If you have a portal on a vertical funnel and you get it on the edge, you are able to crouch, and for some reason it flings you across the room. So we just went from that portal all the way over here.
I'm not sure I trust
That glitch was found by Nex. He's an insane router for this game. But
He's a router.
and a runner, but I mean, he literally found a new route for Fizzler intro, so
Oh yeah, that was a hot meme.
yeah. So that's pretty cool.
See funnel laser. This is a cool one where we do the crouch fly again, except I miss it like half the time. So
Yeah. Also,
Sorry,
after we
I didn't
activate
do
this
that
door,
test.
GLaDOS is gonna want us to do the
was just
longest
talking with
taunt
you
in the
guys.
game. It's pretty slow, so we're just
Stop
gonna
it already.
do our own taunt.
You don't need to do that. Are you doing that just to aggravate me?
Okay, the next map.
co-op polarity.
It's
Basically,
subjectively
we just bunny hop.
it's subjectively one of the hardest maps in the run, just because it's pure bunny hopping, so you need good movement. We're gonna see if we can both get this first try. There's a gap,
How well do you really
and we gotta
know
bunny
me?
hop it. I am coming short. Oh,
Wow.
I destroyed you. I apologize. Now we're gonna go for some stupid backups. Yeah, I totally blocked you. I apologize.
Listen, I was literally 100% gonna make that like confirmed.
Well, then he
Like,
gets to
better
do it
than that.
again. There you go.
I was
Yeah, there's a
asking
puzzle
if I
there.
trusted
You can also
you.
do an excursion funnel
I
crouch
trust
fly,
you. You
but
are my favorite cooperative
bunny hopping
testing
is a
subject.
lot easier. Well, a lot faster.
You have to cheat and no clip around.
So
It's not no clip. Only in single player do we no clip.
remember when I said that excursion funnel crouch fly, we're gonna use that a lot in this
About
chapter?
orange before.
Well,
Orange?
here's a nice
Is
one.
there something you would like to say?
We can hit our head on this small lip of the ceiling, and yeah. Oh, I apologize again.
Do you feel
just too
betrayed
fast.
by Orange for telling me those horrible things about you? If Orange had said those things
Nice
about
fade.
me,
Thank you.
Orange would
There's a
never
meme in
make
this
it to the
chamber
next
where if you hit a button, the
assembly
dialogue is
station.
20 seconds slower.
Oh yeah.
Like literally 20 seconds in a 28-minute speedrun, so. The meme is if one of us is ever mad at each other, we threaten to hit the button in this map. Also, advanced polarity this next map, we're gonna show off how well co-op bots can block each other. We're gonna use that twice here. First I'm gonna get CantEven in a good position to block me by blocking him. And he's gonna block me and I'll fling all the way up to the top of the chamber. And I'll get the funnel so you can come up, and that's literally the end of the map.
Isn't the challenge mode route for this chamber like literally dummy hard?
It's dummy precise. I wouldn't say hard.
Oh.
It's definitely worth a watch though.
About trust and betrayal. Your brains are too
In
small
only
to feel
28
either
minutes
of those
with no clip.
emotions. So I can trust you.
Well, if just in case you got tired of no clip, I know it wasn't in this map. It's been like the last 6 maps. Don't worry, we get in the next map. We're going to Funnel Maze. We also have another cool glitch where, like we said back in Multifling in Chapter 2, if you remember that, we grabbed a cube through the dropper. I'm gonna grab a cube through like a fence, basically. We're gonna see that happen.
That is a glass wall. That's not a fence.
It's just something I've whipped up for you.
All right, well listen.
I thought you might enjoy a challenge for once.
It's also well
I
noted
also-
that CantEven does a seam shot. There's a small seam in that glass up there where you can shoot through.
Congratulations.
That's not. How could you mistake that for a fence?
Of this course.
Listen,
Before we can go
alright,
any further,
I've seen fences that
I
look
will
like
need you to
that.
complete one more test outside of the standard testing
You
track.
mean you've seen
Please refrain
pieces
from
of
doing those
glass
childish gestures while you
that
are out
you
there.
obviously mistook for fences?
Alright, well anyways, we're coming to the turret warehouse, which has the hardest skip in the game. It's called table skip, but
Ooh.
we'll talk about that
Dude,
before.
if you get table skip,
There's a nice strat that involves dying, so
We need to
I'm
find
gonna
the power
sacrifice
station
CantEven
at the
here
end of this
to get a
course.
shot off for me.
The humans must have
I just got
accidentally
flashbacks to
disconnected
competitive
from my
TFT.
grid. I am sure
Alright,
this
so I'm gonna
is
funnel him out
the
over there.
plan.
You can see in the bottom right, he does a nice shot halfway across the map that I can come out,
and then die.
and then he dies. Alright, well, here's the hardest trick in the game, so I'm gonna be quiet.
Oh, he misses it.
I miss it. You can get a direct line to that disc. It saves about 2 hours, but you can hop
Saves
on this
like-
table right here.
You did it.
It's very hard
You
because you
powered
need
on
just
the
the right
system.
jump and the rate of speed,
I'm fully
or else you'll hit the.
It
you
is
can hit-
actually hard, and it doesn't save that much time.
You can hit this chair, this computer.
See,
Yeah.
nothing bad happened. Excellent.
Well, that's the closest I've gotten to the companion cube.
Alright, so do you want to do a core 6 run?
We're already plus a minute. We don't need to lose 20 more seconds.
No, let's stop by. Let's say hi. You know.
So we could actually. That won't lose.
Yeah.
You can go to course 6. I'm not risking anything.
Congratulations on completing the
Oh, wait,
Amateur
we both
Science
need to go down.
Standard
Yeah, let's do it.
Cooperative Testing course.
So GLaDOS talks about how we're succeeding, which I don't think we're succeeding because we're plus a minute. So here's the bonus course. The bonus course. It's called Art Therapy though. It's kind of lame, so maybe next time. Just so you know, there's a 30-second cutscene in the main hub that happens while GLaDOS reveals the last course. And we'll go right through and
I think we
fling.
technically maybe lost like a second, but it's worth it for a good meme.
Yeah. And course
Better
5.
than losing 20 seconds.
Course 5 is the hardest chapter of the run just because Blue has to, throughout courses 1 through 4, Orange is predominantly the carry role. Throughout course 5, Blue has to play the carry role, and since Mackenzie is terrible at this game, usually most of our runs die here. So,
Just awful.
So this actually
in this
Okay,
map,
but
I'm gonna be CantEven's button slave as he go hits other buttons.
I need
This button controls 2 platforms. You missed the button.
What? What do you mean I missed the button?
You also missed the gel.
Yeah.
We're having some technical difficulties, but he's gonna get it on the second try. Great job.
I'm so confusion. I was so confident that I hit that
Congratulations
button.
on completing the test. You two really are the best cooperative testing team I could ever
If anybody's
ask
curious,
for.
I actually have single player world record. Just such an immense amount of skill present. Really, both of us gamers.
Sorry, I can't hear you. You sound like you're out of bounds. Anyways, double bounce.
I'm curious about
You can
the
shoot through the
humans.
floor here. You're gonna see you
It
can't even
seems
do
some
that.
of the last
Why, hit
non-testing
it.
humans alive
Yeah,
tried to
you can just shoot through the
secretly
floor there. It's
imprison
not solid.
other humans and hide their tracks.
And we can just do a nice circle jump to the
start
end.
Preparing for human testing again, I checked an old suggestion
Hey.
box. The #1 request: less deadly tests.
Why?
ridiculous.
Why can you
How do
shoot
they
through
know
the
for
floor?
Sure the tests are deadly.
Good
if they could
question.
Still write the suggestion.
Like you can still stand on the floor fine. I don't.
Alright, so remember that one chamber like three chambers ago where I sacrificed Mackenzie? I'm gonna do that again. He's just living a pitiful life. I figured I'd put him out of his misery. But before he does that, he'll get a portal on the other side of the map for me. That's kind of nice of him. Once he respawns, you know, I guess I gotta wait up for him because I gotta complete the map somehow. But
That was really fast.
that was pretty fast. Basically, again, we do a death abuse because while he's falling, he hits the portal, and I go through the portal before he dies. And that skips a whole checkpoint in the map, so.
And a chamber and a half about.
Yeah. Wall Repulsion is a very hard map.
It's not hard. We're just bad at it.
Everyone's bad at it.
Yeah, it's not, like, objectively, it's not hard at all, but everybody's bad at it.
We're gonna do a nice strafe off of that platform and land on that light. And now coming up is a hard jump, where we can
Again,
skip this whole
not hard.
puzzle. If we go in this portal at an angle and jump, there's a very small window. It's not hard, but it's just very small, so there's a lot of room for error. But you're able to jump onto the fence that guards the ending area, so.
Wait, a grill? Those don't exist.
In
Your
Propulsion
sister's
Crushers,
a beast.
we're gonna be doing a new route.
Oh yeah, funny story. So, Msushi's gonna miss grabbing the cube through a fizzler like 10 times.
You can also look at the bottom right, because CantEven does a really cool strafe. I can look at it right here. Just goes flying over the map.
No.
Oh.
How do I...
What's your plan here? You can probably make that jump.
I can make it. I can make it. What? Okay, literally... I totally would have made that if I didn't, like, get...
I'm going. Don't come.
Alright.
So yeah, it's... As we're showing, it's a new strat.
Red.
Wait. You shot a portal back there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What portal do I have to shoot?
Light.
At the rate you are completing these tests, I am beginning to think you don't share my...
You can see communication is important in any co-op run, but
injured, dying,
when stuff goes wrong.
humans. If that doesn't motivate you, I'm not sure what will.
And we're coming close to the end of the run. There are only 3 chambers left. Next one's gonna be Turret Ninja. We've been a ninja this whole run, but now we're going to
Maybe you two have never
be a
met
Valve
them.
confirmed ninja.
They are as bad as
Oh,
you might
Valve
think.
confirmed?
CantEven's gonna fetch this cube for me, and I need to kill these turrets. You have to kill these turrets. There's no way around it. This door will not trigger until you've killed those turrets, so. Yeah, it's a simple fling to the end, once you've destroyed them. And it's noted that you're not... You're supposed to find other ways of getting enough momentum to reach up there, but we can abuse scripted momentum there.
Only one more test after this. I know your
And here's a
cores
cool
are
glitch
used
where
for calculation machines,
the way
built
your
for
speed
simple
on propulsion gel, which is the speed gel,
mathematical
is not
operations and
calculated
not for
by
testing.
how far you travel on it,
Rescue
but
the
how
humans,
long you
I
travel on it.
promise you
So if we
something
crouch on
that
propulsion
in
gel,
case
we're
you're
able
worried
to go
about the
much further
humans,
because we're
don't
on it
be.
for longer.
They are
So with
all
this small amount of
monsters.
gel, I'm able to
Most of
clear
them
this
are
whole
simply
gap.
good test subjects.
And yeah.
I believe the ratio of good test subjects to monsters is about a million
Run is
to
now
1.
valid for marathon? Well, for anyone counting at home, we're plus a minute and 42 seconds. So, like, we're not doing too great.
We can sub 30 though.
We can sub 30 though. As long as we have an okay vault entrance.
Which we're
This is
gonna
the last
do-
map, by the way.
This is the last map, by the way,
entered the
so
security
I would
code,
prepare
but the
time.
vault door
It's
remains
when we
locked.
fade out
In
into
like a
cutscene.
minute.
I am going to need you to activate the
Basically,
manual locks on the vault
This
door
map, we're gonna
itself.
do a cool strat called Gel Strafe, or also called Blueless.
Luthless.
But we're gonna do a harder version of it. It saves about 10 seconds optimally, but we're probably gonna save less. But
Because I'm gonna miss it.
I'm also gonna do this thing called a gel stuck launch to set up some gel here. Found by probably the best router in the game. I forget his name, but
Hanger?
we get this gel stuck here, and we're gonna dispense it over here. Now we gotta do a nice strafe to the end, and we both get it. Nice.
Some
Wow,
Alright,
that
Tom.
was really good.
This door
Time
should be
coming up.
opening.
And time. Wow, we actually nailed vault entrance.
Yeah, that was like really good. Okay, let me get the official time. That was a gold by like 3 seconds.
Wow.
The official time without loads was 29 minutes and 49 seconds.
That's not a terrible run.
No, it's not a terrible time.
Just a quick story recap, since I know we really do care about the story here when we speedrun. The cooperative bots, GLaDOS made them because humans were annoying to test with. They always didn't want to solve the tests. And of
No,
course...
it's because they always died.
Yeah, they always died. They didn't want to solve the test. They wanted to escape. Stupid stuff like that. So GLaDOS here is actually going to create robots to solve the tests. But then she gets bored with the robots, so she wants to get more humans. So we go to this vault, and we find a bunch of humans that she can test with. And she is very ecstatic.
Oh, you're testing.
And funny story, in the... I might spoil a little bit here, but in the bonus levels that they released later on, Core 6, all these humans that you see right here, dead.
Well, yeah, I guess we can conclude a bit here. My name is Msushi.
My name is CantEven.
We're really good at Portal. If you want to drop a follow, you can. Make sure you also follow Shots Fired Marathon. Great props to all the other runners in this tournament. I'm gonna turn off my volume just because this song is copyrighted and Twitch sucks. But make sure you follow the stream. There are a lot of people have put immense amount of time into this. All the restreamers, the organizers, the people who've done the schedules, the runners themselves. There's a lot of effort that goes into it, and I'm so happy that we had the opportunity to present our speedrun here. Yeah, any other words?
Route credit to Tanger.
Thank you guys so much.
Okay.